That will add some nice flavor to our cookies. And the main ingredient is oats. So we have here a cup of simple oats. So if you have bigger ones, that's fine as well, because it's all gonna bake in the oven. And then we're gonna use some dates as well for a sweetener. You can use either dates, cranberries, or raisins, whatever is your preference, whatever you have available. So that's all for the oat cookies. If you have like some time now, go grab the ingredients in the kitchen. These are very simple, very basic, so perhaps you may just happen to have them at home and you can join us in the practical part of the cooking. So now the question is for you, what do we start with first? Let us know. What do we begin as we enter the kitchen? What do we do first?
Oats, banana.
Anyone has any answer? Like imagine yourself.
Wash hands, Janavi Gorangi.
Somebody is saying wash hands, Janavi Gorangi, perfect. That's exactly what we're gonna do now. So come along to the sink where we're gonna wash our hands nice and clean.
Straight to Radharani.
Yes, that's another very important step. You can wipe your hands to a clean towel. And now we're gonna pray to Radharani. Why to Radharani? Radharani is an expert cook, right? So in whatever devotional activity we do, we first take the blessings.
Louder.
And first of all, we pray for the empowerment. We pray that we may be instruments, and we pray that we may do a nice offering for the Lord, for His pleasure. So that's the very important step before starting cooking in the kitchen, that we actually set the mood that, okay, I'm here to please the Lord. So we can close our eyes if we like to. We can put our palms in Pranava Mudra, in front of your chest, in front of your heart. And take a nice deep inhale through your nose. Exhale completely. And with the next inhalation together, we're gonna chant the Mangalacharan prayers. Please join us. Om Jnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurun Militam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. So like that, we take the blessings of the Guru, we meditate on Prabhupada, on Srimati Radharani, and then we can focus our mind, our consciousness onto the cooking part. And another important thing to remember is that throughout the cooking process, we are not tasting anything. That might be difficult when you see a nice yummy date or banana, but we try to really focus that I'm cooking for the Lord. And once the Lord takes the offering, then He is so merciful, He gives it back to us in the form of prasadam. Prasadam means, anyone knows? Let us know, what is prasadam? What is the meaning? We hear this word so often, but what is the actual meaning of prasadam? Any answers coming?
Food offered to the Lord, remnants of the Lord, mercy of Krishna.
Mercy of Krishna, that's what Prabhupada often referred to.
Neil Agarwal.
Neil Agarwal, thank you for the answer. Mercy of the Lord. So how special it is that the Lord Himself is so merciful. He tastes it and then He leaves it for us. He doesn't eat it. It's not like we offer on the plate and everything is gone on the plate. It's still there. We can taste it and we can relish the mercy of the Lord in the form of prasadam. So without further talking, let's go and start our cookies first. So what we need to have a nice bowl where we can mix all the ingredients. And we start with mashing a banana. So first wash your bananas. I've done that already. We're gonna peel them. And now we're gonna mash it with a fork. So see, my bananas are not like super ripe, so it takes a bit of effort to mash them with a fork. If you have nice and soft bananas, very ripe, then it just takes a few seconds to mash them.
Careful.
So, does anyone know what bananas are good for? What vitamins does it have? Don't Google it. Tell us honestly.
Vitamin D and C.
Vitamin D and C, interesting. What else?
Has fiber, potassium, turmeric, concool.
Wow, somebody is really knowledgeable out there.
B12.
Fantastic. Seems like we have a wonderful congregation of very
Calcium, iron.
learned kids. Iron, potassium, vitamin B.
One of them says it has Krishna's love. Wow.
Amazing. We have some really
That's so
sensitive. Bhakti is flowing. Yes, there's actually a very nice pastime. Perhaps most of you heard of it. When Krishna, he was visiting Vidura in his home, and his wife, she got so excited that Krishna is coming. Out of her love, what she started to do, she started peeling off the bananas and offering Krishna banana peels, chucking out the real banana into the bin and giving Krishna banana peels. Can you imagine? And what do you think how Krishna reacted? Any answers out there?
He ate it.
He ate it. He relished those banana peels with great enthusiasm and great pleasure. He was like, wow, this is incredible. And why is that? What's the reason? Like, if I gave you banana peels, would you be happy? Would you be like, oh, banana peels, I love it. It doesn't work like that, right? So what was the reason? Why did Krishna relish the banana peels? Any answers? We're gonna throw the oats.
He accepts whatever we offer with love and devotion.
Wow, I love this answer. That's exactly what it is. Krishna is looking for the love in our offering. So when we're cooking something, it's not so much about like how exquisite or how wonderful it is. Of course, you know, that also matters. But what Krishna is really looking into is our heart, whether we're offering with love and devotion. So Vidura's wife, she loved Krishna so much. She put so much love into peeling those bananas and giving those banana peels to Krishna that Krishna relished it. So that's a nice lesson for us. So now we're just mixing in the oats with the mashed banana here. And then we're gonna add the rest of the ingredients. So we're gonna add some coconut, shredded coconut, some sunflower seeds. Maybe we don't need that much. So it depends. If you want your cookies to be more like on the crunchy side, then add more nuts and things like that. Then we're adding some, I have this gur here, which is mixed with coconut already. So I'm just adding a bit of that for sweetener. So here you can add either maple syrup or sugar, whatever sweetener you have at hand. And now with the hands, we just go in and mix it very nicely to combine all the ingredients together. But before we do that fully, let's add our dates. So here we have some dates that I soaked a little bit. If you have raisins, use raisins. If you have some cranberries, whatever dried fruits you have, add that to make the cookies more sweet. And now really mix it nicely. So these cookies are actually very simple to make, and they are pretty healthy as well. And we don't use any eggs here because you know that in the Sattvic kitchen, we don't use eggs. So banana here is acting like a binding agent. So see how your dough is looking? It should be like kind of sticky dough, like you press it and it sticks together. If you feel like your dough is not really sticking together, then perhaps add a little bit more of some kind of liquid, right? So you could add a little bit more of mashed banana, some more dates or something like that to just make it stick together.
Someone's asking, what's the white thing?
The white thing is shredded coconut. So now we're taking a little bit of butter and we're gonna rub it onto our tray where we're gonna bake the cookies. So I forgot to tell you that we're already preheating the oven to 180 Celsius. So I think this much will be enough. So this will make sure that our cookies doesn't stick.
How much sugar to add?
Sugar, it's up to you. I added only like 3 tablespoons, 3 teaspoons actually. But if you like your cookies more sweet, you can add a little bit more. And now we're gonna shape them into these tiny little cookies. So keep in mind that they're not gonna spread like regular cookies, where you add baking powder and things like that. They usually spread a little, but because we didn't add any baking soda, any kind of agent that would make it spread, so they're gonna stay this kind of size. So we don't have to worry about spreading them too far apart.
They're asking what temperature? Yeah.
180. So now again, you can keep in mind that each oven is kind of different. So just keep an eye on the oven when the cookies are baking. If you see that they're browning really, really fast, then reduce the temperature a little bit. And it takes only like 15 to 20 minutes to bake these cookies. And it makes a great snack to take away when you go to school, when you go out, you know, it gives you energy, good energy. Let us know, what is your favorite sweet? Is it rasgulla? Is it gulab jamun?
Can we put jaggery instead of sugar?
Yes, you can put jaggery instead of sugar. That's what I did as well. I used 3 teaspoons of jaggery.
I think we put it in there.
Okay. So just to show you how it goes, now we're gonna put these 6 lovely cookies into the preheated oven. Wash your hands first. And we're gonna bake them for 15 minutes. So they are nicely in, and you put the temperature 180. All right, and now we're gonna proceed with our next very sweet and lovely preparation, which is called Simply Wonderful. And
We have a question on the oats. Can we shape it like a star?
Like a what?
Star.
Like a, of course, yeah, you can shape it in any way you like. You know, even if you have like a cookie, those forms, those shapes for cookies, you can just be creative. Kids are very creative. I'm just like a simple person here. But yeah, so you can shape in balls even. You can actually make granola bars. So you can just put on a tray like flat. And then once it's baked, then you take it out, let it cool, and then cut it into granola bars. And then you can top it up with chocolate, whatnot, you know, just use your imagination. And now we're gonna proceed to make Simply Wonderfuls. So for Simply Wonderfuls, what we need is icing sugar or caster sugar, which we can also, just a little bit, has some crumbs from the cookies. So it's good to sift it so that it becomes really, really like fluffy and lovely. But if you don't have time, that's fine. We can just put the whole thing in.
If you don't have an oven, can you use a cooker?
For the cookies? Well, not really. Cookies, they need to bake. So
What is this you adding?
this is castor sugar,
Which is what?
icing sugar. And now we're gonna sift it so that it comes out like really nice without these, you see there's these little lumps. We don't want that in our Simply Wonderful sweets. We want it to be really smooth. So just going like this. So we're using here about 2/3 of a cup of icing sugar. All right. Okay. Then we're gonna add some butter. Krishna loves butter, right? So we're gonna add 1/2 cup of butter, but your butter, it has to be room temperature. So it's gotta be soft. So this is about 1/2 cup, maybe a little bit more. And now with your hands, we're gonna mix it. Well, actually we need to fluff it first. So we're gonna use, if you have a whisk, just stir it nicely with a whisk. I'm just using a fork here. So we want to make it like creamy texture. All right. So take your time and combine the sugar and butter really, really well.
How much icing sugar?
2/3 of a cup. Okay, so it's slowly happening. We see it's like coming together.
Can we use jaggery instead of icing sugar?
I haven't tried with jaggery, but it's possible you can. The only thing that could happen, you know, it won't really combine so well. So when you're tasting the sweets, it will be like you're tasting the granules of the jaggery. You see what I mean? Whereas this icing sugar, it like completely melts into the butter. It becomes one. It merges.
And we add ghee.
Ghee. Oh, wow, that would be a healthier combination. Yeah, I guess, you know, with Simply Wonderfuls, there's many different ways how you can make them. I'm just showing you a traditional recipe that was prepared by Mother Yamuna. Most of you have probably heard of Mother Yamuna. She was an expert cook. So what she uses in her recipe is just regular butter and icing sugar. And now, once the butter and icing sugar is combined, we're gonna add the milk powder. So this is about 1 cup of milk powder. And now with your hands, nicely combine it together. Work it in. So see, now it's forming these kind of, it's coming more of a fudge consistency.
How much butter?
Butter, we used 1/2 cup. So I'm telling you the ingredients again, what we use. So we used 2/3 of a cup of icing sugar. Then we used 1/2 cup of butter, melted soft, not melted, but just room temperature butter. And then we used 1 cup of milk powder. And now for our flavor, special flavor, we're gonna grate a little bit of orange zest. So here, just be creative, see what's available in your kitchen, and let us know if you're cooking right now with us. Let us know what you find for flavoring, whether you're gonna add some vanilla essence, almond essence, lemon essence, orange zest, or cranberries, grated nuts. Here you can be totally creative and add whatever you like into your Simply Wonderfuls and make it your special Simply Wonderfuls for Krishna's pleasure. So just about a teaspoon of orange zest.
Pistachios, almonds,
Wow,
vanilla essence.
fantastic. Somebody's using pistachios. That's amazing. So now you see when the dough is kind of like nicely coming together, sticking together, we can start shaping into balls. So we can divide it into Or we can just take it like that. Sorry, it's a little bit messy here. So just take a small size and roll it into little balls like this. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna wash our hands again so that it's easier to roll.
Is it compulsory to add orange?
No, orange is just a variation. You can keep it just like that, adding like a little bit of vanilla essence. But because today I couldn't find vanilla essence, I just decided to use a bit of orange zest. But you see what you like, what flavor you think Krishna will like, and then go with that. So yeah, Simply Wonderfuls, you can be creative. You can try every time, you can add different flavor.
If we add more sugar by mistake, then what?
No problem, Krishna likes sugar. Or if you think it's gonna be way too sweet, add a little bit more of milk powder and a little bit more of butter. So in this way, it kind of becomes not so sweet. All right, any more questions out there? So here we're just like pressing against the hand and making these nice kind of rolling movements until we get the shape that is like nice little ball here.
Was the butter salted or unsalted?
Unsalted, yeah, that's an important point. Thank you for asking. Unsalted.
My dough became too sticky.
Your dough became too sticky. Add a little bit more of milk powder. The dough became too sticky because perhaps too much butter. So add a little bit more milk powder. So see, you may need to adjust. You may need to adjust a little bit more milk powder, a little bit more butter. You kind of gotta feel what it feels like, what your dough feels like. And then we try to make same size, as uniform size as we can, balls, and we keep it in the fridge like that. So I'll just show you how to roll them and you can continue on your own. And then also what you can do, you can top it up with some, if you want, you can squeeze an almond up here in front or do something else.
Can we add pineapple essence?
Yes, yes. Pretty much anything you can think of, you can add.
They want to know the ingredients one more time.
Okay, so now listen carefully. Ingredients one more time. So we had, I need to remember myself, we had half a cup of butter. We had 2/3 of a cup of icing sugar. We mixed that together with a whisk so that it combines really well. And then we added 1 cup of milk powder and 1 teaspoon of orange zest. That's it. Mixed it well and formed into these lovely balls. So that was it for our session today. I could quickly show you how to make a drink. I'm just going to wash my hands. All right, so I hope you enjoyed it. Our cookies are still baking, so we need maybe 5 more minutes for the cookies. In the meantime, we can show you how to make a lovely, lovely, refreshing drink. So if you have some oranges at home, grab some oranges and let us know what are oranges famous for? What are they good for? What are they full of? Let us know in the chat box.
Vitamin C.
Perfect. That's the answer we were looking for.
Fiber.
Fiber, interesting. Very good. Yes, oranges are actually an excellent source of vitamin C. What has more vitamin C than even orange? There's a fruit, a tiny little fruit in India. I guess you can find it in different places as well, but not here, not in Europe. But this fruit is famous for like being 25 times more richer in vitamin C than even an orange.
Everyone's saying amla.
Perfect. You're so intelligent. Like, I can't believe it. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna cut the oranges in half. So you wash your oranges first. I've done that before already. And now we're gonna cut it like this in half.
Be careful not to cut yourself.
Be careful not to cut yourself. And now we're gonna take this juicer. If you have a better one, then use whatever you have. This is a very simple one where we just pressing the orange against this little thing here and squeezing out all the juice. So it's a good exercise for our arms. Squeeze it really well. And you can press it a little bit more. And then we pour it into the jug. Okay, I squeezed already some before. And now I'm showing you how to kind of flavor it. So for the flavor, we're gonna add a little bit of grated ginger. So I know that some of you may not like ginger so much, but it's actually such an amazing spice and medicine. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita that I am the healing herb, right? So like all these spices that we can find, the herbs in nature, it's like so potent. Krishna is giving us for our health. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna grate a little bit of this healing ginger into the orange juice. It can be like a half a teaspoon to 1 glass. I think this will be enough. So we squeeze a little bit of ginger in there, grated, and that will really aid digestion, and it gives so much immunity so we can fight all the different, diseases that are out there. We can be strong. And now we're gonna add some fresh mint leaves. So take just a couple fresh mint leaves, just pluck it out from the stem. And you can just tear it apart with your fingers. You can chop it if you want it smaller and just throw it in. And now we're gonna add just a pinch, tiny little pinch of Himalayan pink salt. And a few turns of black pepper. That's it. That was it. So this is your orange punch. Orange punch, which is really, really good in summer. It's cooling. And now we can pour it into the glass here so you can see better. It mixes better. That's it. That's your wonderful natural drink that you can make yourself at home and feel nourished, refreshed, and energized. So it's all natural. It's not something that you buy from the shops where you don't know for how long it stays there on the shelf. So
can we add less ginger?
Of course. Yeah, adjust to your liking. You can add much less ginger, just a touch. So that was it. Let's have a look on our cookies.
We need a mitten.
Be careful. Grab a mitten if you have. And then carefully pull out the tray. See how the cookies are doing. Okay, they're firming up. But we want them a little bit more brown. So if you want that too, you can keep them for a few more seconds, a few more minutes. But we'll just take a couple. Oh, see, on the other side, they're nicely brown. Maybe a little too brown. So the rest can stay there for a few more moments. But what you want to do is to actually take out your cookies so they can cool nicely. So they're nicely cooled.
How many oranges to use?
We used here 4, I believe. 4. No, we used 2 oranges to 1 glass. So it depends. If you get If you get nice juicy oranges, you may need 1.5. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this cooking session. It's about the time we finish here. Unless you have any further questions, something was not clear, so let's clarify.
How much temperature to bake? 180 or 200?
180. So I'll just tell you once again, if you want to write it down. So we made Simply Wonderfuls today. And this, the amount that we used, it yields about 12 Simply Wonderfuls. I haven't finished all of them rolling, but again, the ingredients we used was 1/2 cup of soft room temperature butter. We mixed it with 2/3 a cup of icing sugar. And then we added 1 cup of milk powder. And then we added 1 teaspoon of orange zest or any other flavoring of your choice. And roll it nicely into the balls and keep it in the fridge. Now we have our lovely oat cookies. So for the oat cookies, what we did, we used 2 soft bananas that we mashed with a fork. Then we added 1 cup of oats, simple oats. Then we added about 1/3 of a cup sunflower seeds, 1/3 of a cup coconut shreds, shredded coconut, 3 teaspoons of jaggery or gur, and maybe 5 chopped pitted dates. So that's what we used for the oat cookies, and we baked it. We baked it for about 15 minutes in a preheated oven on 180. And then the juice, we squeezed 2 oranges, smaller oranges. Then we added maybe like 5-6 fresh leaves, mint leaves, which we teared apart. And yeah, I'll show you.
Ginger and pepper.
And then we used some ginger and black pepper and salt. So that was it. Very simple, few recipes. And do we have time?
2 minutes, just put it
Oh,
in.
I'll show you what's the process now. So like we said in the beginning of the class, that we are actually cooking for the Lord. So now we're taking out the best looking Simply Wonderfuls. And where is the cup? Cup is somewhere there. So I'm just gonna take the cup for the Lord. And we're gonna offer some lovely, lovely juice, punch, orange punch for the Lord's pleasure. And we take the offering tray. So this plate, this tray is only used for the Lord. So we can place it on our home altar. And I'm sure you all know what's the process. You can tell us, what do you do first? Tulsi, wow, somebody is really, really devotional. So yes, first we put Tulsi leaves on each of the offerings. Yes, I will send the recorded recipes, the recipes that we showed. So yeah, let's get back to the offering plate. We put a Tulsi leaf on each of the items, and then we chant the prayers. So what are the prayers that we chant? Chant mantra, somebody saying. Nama Om, yes, so you're all, it's impressive. It's really impressive how you all are so into, offering prasadam. So that is it. We offer the prayers. We can pray also with our own words that, my dear Lord, please accept this offering. Please accept it. And then we wait for like 5 to 10 minutes. We can take it off. So that's all we wanted to share with you today. I hope it was useful and fun, and I hope you either managed to cook together along with us, or perhaps you will try these recipes some other time. And
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. It was so lovely. Gopinath Prasad Prabhu, thank you for being the lovely techie behind her every time. It was lovely to have both of you. And we look forward for some more sessions with both of you with the children. We're going to get this going even more now. The children have loved the session. Thank you. So I'm going to unmute you children, and all of you all are going to say a nice Hari Bol to Mataji and Prabhuji for this lovely time that they've spent with all of you. So I hope everyone's ready to say thank you and Hari Bol. So there's going to be 1, 2, and 3. A loud Hari Bol. Wow, that was so amazing. Thank you.
time with all of you. I feel the pure energy of these kids. It's like so high.
Yeah, they're requesting you to teach them again. Yes, yes, kids. We're going to have you, Preeti Mataji, again for all of you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji. Thank you. Hare Krishna, Mataji.